I think I pushed the button. I hope that is still working. I pushed the pause button by accident. I hope it's working. Okay, so we're going to talk about love first of all. So, how do we kind of push more love out into the world? First of all, so I want to introduce you to a concept that I love, and it's called mudita. Mudita. Write that down because maybe you're going to share this with somebody who's not at the presentation, or maybe you're going to share this with somebody around the kitchen table, or maybe you're going to share this with your bestie. Mudita is kind of the opposite of jealousy. Mudita is like sharing someone else's joy, like vicarious joy. And I love this word because instead of just me being able to enjoy my own life and my own successes, I get to really fully enjoy other people's. And well, what might that look like for you? It could be something as simple as, you see somebody's post on social media and, we might feel a little twinge of jealousy or a little twinge of envy. But instead, what if we looked at that and even just instead of pushing the like button, commented to them personally, hey, I saw the birth of your new grandchild, or I saw your vacation looked amazing. That looked so fun. I'm really, really happy for you. And just to be able to push out that joy for other people for no other reason than it brings you joy to do it. And it's a bit contagious. So I would really invite you to play with the word mudita and see how you can celebrate somebody else's joy in some way. And that will help us push love out into the world, which in turn helps bring more love into our world. But let's talk about you for a moment. Let's talk about this word, compassion, self-compassion. So on the 0 to 10 scale, 0 being like, I didn't even know self could go in front of compassion, and 10 being like, me and Dr. Kristen Neff wrote the book on self-compassion, that would be 10. So like, where are you? Write that down. What number on the scale of self-compassion do you give to yourself? Because we are typically quite compassionate, especially in your professions, with other people, right? That's what we do for a living, whereas I call it nice for a living. But when it comes to ourselves, we're so hard on ourselves and we judge ourselves so much and we say mean things to ourselves, things that we would never say to strangers. So wouldn't this be an interesting conversation to delve into a little more deeply about self-compassion and what does that mean to you? It could be something as simple as just honoring your body and listening to what's going on in there. When somebody says, "How are you?" instead of just saying "Fine," you could think to yourself. You could think, and here's other little acronym for you. HALT, perhaps you've heard of it. It stands for hungry, angry, lonely, or tired. Many of these things we are when someone says, "How are you?" But just take a pause and think to myself, "Gee whiz, am I any of those things?" When's the last time I had some fluids in my body? When's the last time? Geez, you know what? I have to go to the bathroom. Like on the scale of 0 to 10, I have to go like an 8. Why am I not going? I'm not that busy that I can't take 2 minutes to go to the bathroom. Can you believe something like that could be self-compassion? It can be something simple like that, but we need to pause in between that moment of how are you and fine to just reflect a little bit. How am I today? How is my energy level? How are my thoughts? What do I need to do something different right now to feel a little bit better? One of the things that I've been working on lately is lingering. Lingering. So if you're like me and you thrive on busy and you go from one thing to another, lingering is something that will just give you pause to enjoy what's going on around you. And I wrote a little poem about it. It says, I plod through my day from task to task. I give, I receive, I help, I ask. I rush, I work, I plan, I earn. I flit, I fly, I rush life by. But today I stopped, I paused, I waited. I enjoyed, I exhaled, I appreciated. I took a moment, some extra time. I lingered about and made it mine. It felt like it was a luxury, something special just for me. It led me down a surprising path I didn't question and no one asked. So I think I'll linger on some more and remember what life is really for. A kiss, a warm drink, an evening stroll when life gets heavy and takes its toll. Lingering an extra minute, placing a smile firmly in it. Life is not an unending race. Today I linger at a gentle pace. So think about what you could linger over in the next little while. Maybe a sunset, maybe a warm drink, maybe watching kids play, maybe some food, or for me, it's my chai latte. I love the smell of it and the warmth of it in my hands. A good meal that you've prepared or someone has prepared lovingly for you. Take that a little bit of extra time. It makes such a difference. So lingering is another way that you could practice a little bit of self-compassion. And wouldn't it be great to be able to share that with somebody else? That tip, that tool, to ask at the end of the day, what did you linger over today? To have that be part of your self-compassion package. All right. Onward. So let's talk a little bit about inspiration. So inspiration means to breathe in, breathe in. So here's a nice, this is my, again, kindergarten artwork here. To breathe in, to inspire. That's what we want to do, right? We want to get inspiration from other people and other places and other things. And maybe you could think about right now, or write down, what are a few places, people, situations that inspire you? When is the last time you have felt inspired? What was happening at that time? What was going on around you? When is the last time you think you did something inspiring to other people? Because that also is a lifeblood. So I'm looking at my reflection here. I've got this interesting haircut because a few weeks ago, I shaved my hair off. It was like down to here long. Oh, actually, I have it here for our local hospital. And with one haircut, I really didn't have much hair when you think about it. I look at it, I'm like, that's not very much, but this was my hair a few weeks ago. Anyway, one haircut, one person, over $8,000 for our local rural hospital. So I feel like that was kind of an inspiring thing to do. And every time I look in the mirror, even though I don't not quite used to the way I look, I feel proud of what I did. I'm not saying shave your head. I'm saying people are watching us, and the things you do and the way you do it and what you say and how you behave, people are watching. And so if we can strive to be someone that would inspire somebody to do that, when I see somebody else do something amazing, I just want to go, oh, that was such a good idea. I wish I thought of it. I want to be able to do something like that. And that's why it's so important to share these ideas. So maybe this is something you can do after, is talk about something that you saw or something that happened or something that you did that was inspiring, or that inspired you. Because when we give each other these ideas, we're cross-pollinating ideas. And I'm a nice person, but I might not have thought to do this or thought to do that unless somebody else told me about it. So I highly, highly, highly encourage you to share the ideas of inspiration with other people, and to be always looking. And it's not always the person, you go to a conference or hear this person on Zoom, I'm doing all the talking. It's not necessarily this person that has all the knowledge and inspiration, or the one that wrote the book, or whatever it was. Everybody has a story. Everybody has something important to share. And I feel like that's my job, to kind of dig that out. So ask people questions that matter. Ask people things. Appreciative inquiry, it's called, right? When you're asking people things that are helping them bring out information that is positive, uplifting, optimistic. So what went right with your day today? What are you looking forward to? What's coming up on your calendar that's getting you excited? Ask people things like that instead of how are you and what's new. You're going to get answers that are probably super inspiring. I could do a whole session, do a whole session on each one of these. I can't find the card anymore, but on each, oh, I don't know, I lost it. Here it is. On each one of these, we could just talk about that, because there's so many beautiful ideas, but I hope I can give you a couple more today. Let's talk a little bit about meaning, because that is very inspiring as well. So when we know that what we do has meaning, that elevates our perception of our life, quality of life. I believe that what I do matters. Does everybody like what I do? No. Is everybody happy that I do it? No. Does everybody agree with and think I'm ought? No. But you know what? It makes me feel like I'm making a positive difference in the world. And same with the work you do. Is every person you deal with thrilled and excited to have an interaction with you? Probably not. But at the end of the day, when we put on our head on our pillow, can we say, maybe I didn't help everybody today, but I helped somebody today. Somebody's day is better because I showed up. And that's why we need to put that self-compassion piece in, because we can only sustainably keep giving our best to other people when we are refilling our tank, right? When we're constantly coming from a place of depletion, we cannot constantly give our best. So we're going to keep filling our tank so that we can keep doing good for other people. And we know that what we do has a deep and profound meaning. Maybe we'll hear about it, maybe we won't, but we know it in our gut. I know. Doesn't matter what the evaluations say. I know today I brought you my best. I hope I gave you some ideas that you didn't think about, that maybe you can implement, that maybe you can share with your family. but I can't control it. I can only control what I push out to you. And after that, I have to release it into the world. And then you get to decide what you do with it. So same thing with your job, right? You just do the best you can do. You know it has meaning. You know it has purpose. If people choose to accept it, great. If people don't, maybe that's none of our business. So meaning. And let's talk a little bit about accomplishments. So I think we sorely lack in the celebration part of life. What's your birthday? You don't want to celebrate. I want to celebrate my half birthday. Like, I don't know if I'm going to get to my next birthday. I should start celebrating my quarter birthdays. I don't know. Any reason to have a party, any reason to celebrate, any reason to bring joy and excitement and something different than the day-to-day drudgery that, is laundry and dishes and shopping and work and all that stuff. Anything that any achievement that you can celebrate or that you can celebrate for your colleague or your friends, just I say do it and find a way to ask for kudos if you need it. If you need a standing ovation, ask for it. If you need an applause, if you need a pat on the back, it might come to you, but it might not. But what would it be like if we asked for what we needed? And maybe by us doing it, we would give other people permission to do it too. And then maybe the world would just be a teeny tiny bit better if we were getting what we needed in the way of recognition and accomplishments and like, hey, I just finished this. Can I get a standing ovation for this? Can I get a round of applause? I'm going to give you a round of applause. I'm going to start it. I'm going to start the round of applause. So let's celebrate. Let's not make light of our accomplishments. The world is hard enough. Some levity is great. Well, speaking of levity, this is my favorite of all the acronyms, I think. Actually, it's not an acronym, but almost my favorite of this is fun. Because I don't know if you've noticed, but life can be kind of serious. And also, there's a lot of hard stuff going on in the world right now, and it's tough. It can be really tough and overwhelming and heavy. And how can we add a little more levity to our world? How can we add a little more joy to our day-to-day existence? What can we do that with things that happen all the time that we could just maybe inject a little humor or fun or inspiration? So I'm going to tell you some things that I've done, and maybe you have some ideas. And wouldn't it be great if you could, again, share those, cross-pollinate those ideas with what you've seen, heard, experienced, and so that other people could get the ideas too. And maybe it's not this idea or that idea, but as adult learners, we're smart. We can take those two ideas and we can put them together and we can make them our own. So one of the things, this is the pet peeve of mine. So at the bottom of your text or your email chain, when it says sent from my iPhone, it drives me crazy. I don't like it. Like, put an inspiring quote, put a joke, put a word of the day, put something that reflects your personality or that might make the other person smile or think or lean in. The iPhone and well, they get enough advertising. They don't need us to do that at the bottom of their phone. It's super easy to do. Just ask somebody under 30. It's very easy to do. This is Pinchy. So Pinchy is a little crocheted rat. So I used to be on a sports team called the Rink Rats. And me and my bestie, I moved away, but we each have one of these. So we have them in different provinces. And we take pictures of Pinchy and us wherever in different places, or we put him in weird places and we send pictures to each other. And it's just a fun way for us to stay connected with each other. So might something like that work for you and your family or friends? I've also made a flat family. This is Arlo, and this is his mother, and this is his dad. They don't live by me. And this is my daughter and her wife that don't live by me. But we bring them places with us, and it feels kind of like they're with us, and we take funny pictures of them doing weird things with us, and it helps us feel connected as a family. It costs, I don't know, $10 or something to do this. Like, get them printed, get them laminated, put them on a painter stick. That's about as crafty as I get. Small things to add a little bit of fun to an otherwise kind of regular day. The other thing I did was I don't know if this is going to come through, but I'll play it. For people's birthday, once a year, I make some sort of happy birthday recording on my audio on my phone, and I send it to people when their birthdays come up with a little personalized note. I try and make it. I thought I'd learn the harmonica. How hard can it be? Pretty hard. I won't make you listen to it all, but it's actually quite hilarious. And I can't even get through it because I'm laughing. And whenever I sent this to somebody, they almost sometimes they reply, "What is that?" But mostly they reply, "Oh my gosh, that made my day. It was so funny. I shared it with my family." Like it's just a little piece of connection with other people, a little bit of self-deprecating humor there that can help us bring our relationships a little closer. It makes me funny just listening to this, it makes me laugh still. Um, so just another idea for fun. For me, I think there's three types of fun. There's the one type one fun is like the obvious fun. Like to me, this is fun and this is fun. Um, Hiking, like that's fun. Type two fun is the type of fun that it's not really fun while you're doing it, but it's a lot like after you're like, yeah, I did that. Like I can do anything. It's awesome. And type three is like, that might be fun for you, but that will never, ever, ever, ever be fun for me. So for me, that would be scuba diving. I've tried it twice, panic stricken, can't do it. I understand how awesome it must be for you. I'm glad you like it. I will never do it again. Type two fun for me would be the bottom level, a triathlon. It's like, it is not fun doing it. I can barely swim, but when I finish, I just feel like, yes, I am a triathlete. Doesn't matter that I came in last. I'm still a triathlete. Doesn't matter that it was the lowest level of triathlon. I'm still a triathlete and I did it. So to me, that's a type two fun. So again, something to talk about maybe around your dinner table or around the break room. It's like, what's type one, type two, type three fun for you? What small thing could you do to push a little more fun out in that world, out in your workplace, around your home, around your community? It it doesn't have to be something big. One of the other things I did here is one night I was out going for a walk. The moon was full. I had my music on and I was out on the pier and I'm like, I just kind of started dancing and I'm all by myself and I'm dancing. It was lovely. And I told my friend about it the next day. She's like, I'd totally come out and dance with you under the full moon. I'm like, okay, the next month out she came. Da, 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 da. And the next month, more people came, and now it's a thing. We have this under the moon dance party once a month, and we do it for an hour, and people come from all over, and we just dance. I mean, if I would have sat around waiting for somebody to start a full moon dance party, I'd still be waiting. But think about something that would add joy to your life and maybe start it. Maybe you don't have to start at level 10, but you could maybe start at a level 4. Maybe, there's a great value in level 4, I think. All right, how are we doing with our list? We're almost done. E stands for energy. And so I can't really tell you that I've ever met someone who's like, I got too much energy. I don't know what to do with all of that. No, most of us are like, oh my gosh, I just don't feel like it. I don't have enough time. I don't have enough energy. I don't have enough motivation. I need more. So I'm going to tell you the best time to start your day, the very, very best time to start your day is the night before. The best time to start your day is the night before because we need sleep. We need a good night's sleep. And yes, we all know this, but so many people that I talk to when I'm coaching, I'm so tired, I'm exhausted. I'm just, oh, well, how many hours of sleep have you been getting like this week or lately? I don't know, 5, 6. That's not okay. It's okay once in a while. But we need sleep. That is part of self-compassion. That is part of being more patient, more understanding, more kind, more capable, more fill in the blanks and read all the data that you want to. But if you are finding yourself constantly tired, it's probably because you're not getting enough sleep. So, but Steph, you don't know my life. I got kids. I got this. I know. I've lived your life. I know. But since I started this sleeping thing, nobody has died. Nobody has died. And what happens is you need to put like a boundary around your time, right? I'm going to be going to bed at this time. 3 times a week, I'm going to go to bed at 10:30. I need 6, 7 hours of sleep. I need to get ready for bed at like 10:30. People in your house, tell them they want to help you. They don't want you to be tired, overwhelmed, exhausted, and cranky. They don't. They want to help you. And if you put that boundary on your time, rather than I'll go to bed when I'm all done, you're never going to be done. You'll never be done again. I'm sorry to give you bad news. You'll never be done again. Put a boundary on the time. This is what time lights are going out. This is what time screens are going off. And the most important things are going to rise to the top of your list, just like your work stuff. The most important things rise to the top once you put a boundary on that time. If you're finding yourself lacking energy, write this down. Blue and green must be seen. Blue and green must be seen. That's enough of the screen. That's enough of the cement walls. That's blue and green must be seen. If you can't get outside, at the very least, look out a window, get some plants on your desk, get some something that at least visuals of outside. Blue and green must be seen. That will shift your energy. Motion changes emotion. Motion changes emotion. If you don't like the way you're feeling, get up and move your body. Well, one other thing, I know you know this probably, but music. Okay, music can change your energy level so quickly. 20 minutes of music you like soothes like 10 milligrams of Valium. So much better. Music you like, that's for sure. That will increase your mood by 35%, 21% decrease in perception of pain, and 15% increase of productivity. So think about giving yourself a playlist, like a boost your energy playlist, a special playlist moving from work to home to get you into a different mindset. Or for when you're in a funk, or do a silent disco, or use that music to help shift your mood, because it can do it in a jiffy. I feel like I'm talking really quickly and we're out of time, but I hope that you got an idea or two that you can use, that you can share, that you will implement. I'm going to send a QR code with Lena so that you can give feedback on the presentation, ask any questions, share your ideas, and maybe we can gather some ideas and share them with the group collectively. I'll leave you with one more tool. This one I learned from my son. He's a police officer, and he learned this in training. And the acronym is WIN, and it stands for What's Important Now. And that is when we have all these competing priorities and things that are driving us batty, just pausing, and we feel that overwhelm and life is getting away from us, and we haven't had the opportunity. We can't even remember when we had this love and inspiration and fun and energy in our life, that we just pause. Maybe linger for a bit. And we ask ourselves, what's important now? Yes, I need to do this report, but could I take 2 minutes to get up and walk around? Could I take 2 minutes to go to the bathroom and do some stretches? Could I take 2 minutes to share some pictures that make me smile or laugh or comment on somebody else's? Could I take a small amount of time to rejuvenate myself, to help improve the quality of my life so that I can bring my best to the world personally and professionally? So often when you're a kind, giving, helpful, loving person, you put yourself last. So I'm here to tell you today, take a little bit of time for you. Create a life that you love living. You don't have to do everything different, but do one little thing different. One little thing different, and see if that momentum can kind of kick in, and share the ideas with each other, hold each other accountable, maybe get some coaching groups happening. There's so many amazing ways that we can improve our quality of life. And actually, now that I say it, maybe I will send Lena a quality of life assessment that I use with my coaching clients that goes over really well. So I will send that to you, and you could work as a team. You could work individually. You can work with your partner. You can work with your dog. But if things are going to get better, when things are going to get better, it's when we are purposeful and intentional and deliberate about it. It might just happen, la, 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 la. That'd be great. But when we are purposeful, intentional, and deliberate, amazing things can happen. And that's what I want for you, an amazing life. So it's Stephanie Staples signing out. If you want to know more about what I do, stephaniestaples.ca. You can find me on LinkedIn and the social media here and there. And I'm the Stephanie Staples that's not a gospel singer. Yeah. I thank you for what you do, and I look forward to connecting maybe in person next time. Bye for now.